Hello learners, and welcome to week 14 U.S. History at Reconstruction to Present. This week you do have a few assignments. Okay, so you're going to do the review and the test. So hopefully you know the material, you're good to go with that. Hopefully you took your notes and you're well on your way. And then there's a couple of assignments: 4.12, 4.1, 4.12, and 4.13. And these are going to go really quickly. Social changes, different things like that. Not too involved, okay? If you need to carry it over to a following week, that's fine as well. I know there's quite a few assignments here, but like I said, if you need an additional week to do them, that's fine to carry them in. But I'd like you to try to get as many done as you can in the short week that we have. Okay, so the big concepts, we're going to talk about the Red Scare and communism, the Ku Klux Klan, the Roaring Twenties, with the flappers and the gangsters, lots of new technology, including, Henry Ford and the car, and shift in education and how things were taught. Okay, so here I found a short video on Henry Ford. It's a pretty good one here from the History channel.
And even in the very early 1900s, when Ford went off determined to manufacture automobiles, it was a very risky thing. No one really quite knew if this could be done. So there was a certain need for transportation innovation. Ford, like a lot of mechanics, engineering types, became very fascinated with the internal combustion engine. He tries to build this thing in his garage behind his house. It was very, very crude. It had one cylinder. It generated 2 or 3 horsepower. This was the first prototype of the horseless carriage that Henry Ford built. His early companies, the ones that failed, his investors wanted to build a car for rich people. Ford, from the beginning, wanted to build a sturdy, inexpensive car for the mass of Americans.
I have set out to build the best motor car for popular use. The first car affordable for the common man.
Henry Ford was about the democratization of transportation. You no longer had to be a Commodore to be able to go from one place to another.
Ford stood in marked contrast, I think, to a lot of the big business manufacturing figures of the period. He believed that working people should be treated in a humane way. They should be paid a decent wage. They should have a healthy environment in which to work.
It was Ford who instituted the $5 a day, who doubled the wage of his workers, that his workers were going to become his customers.
Model T takes the American market by storm from the very beginning, and it's a tremendous success.
What Ford did was create a vehicle we could all afford.
Henry Ford created what became the dominant, the most important industry in the American economy.
Henry Ford was the most important business and entrepreneurial figure in the modern world, period.
So I thought that was a pretty good video describing Henry Ford and the Model T and how he wanted it for the common person. He wanted average people to be able to afford a car and, be able to, drive around and travel, and wanted his workers to be able to actually be able to afford it and not make it a luxury. So I thought that was pretty interesting. If you remember last week, we talked about testing yourself with learning strategies, making flashcards. I hope you guys decide to try this, taking good notes, maybe an outline. But remember, testing yourself is one of the most effective and of ways of studying. And we just did a little bit of a PD lesson on this, and it said that summarizing and note taking actually will increase. You'll have a gain of 34% in your knowledge by summarizing and note taking. You need to learn to eliminate unnecessary information, substitute some information, keep important information, write, rewrite, analyze things. and putting things into your own words. And this is huge. And like I said, it's really going to pay off. You can print things, you can highlight them, you can rewrite them, you can take notes on the side, you can do note cards, but this is something that I really want you guys to continue with. Okay, remember the Google Classroom each week, answering your questions, and the course breakdown again, moving on to the next unit here. So any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. You do have off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of this week, as well as, of course, Saturday and Sunday, and then the following Monday for people who like to go out hunting. It's completely up to you whether you work or not. I would encourage it, especially if you are behind. That way, then you can get caught up and you can have a nice winter break. Okay, so any questions or concerns, reach out. I probably won't be checking my email as much over break. If you need something, you can send me a hangout and I'll try to get back to you. Okay, thanks. Bye.